All right, there, Reds. Welcome to Anfield Road TV. If you are watching on the live, do always get your views in the comment section below. We'll read out as many as we possibly can. Me and Kev for tonight's evening episodes. And if you are watching on the repeat, let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Because as you can see to the side of our screen, we do go through some of the comments as well and do feature them on the channel. So everyone's input and interaction is very, very important on the channel. Kev? Hope you are well, mate. You've had a good Tuesday, lads.
Yeah, I'm good. I just panic about a player that's a home board that decided not to leave and just move on to the next target. That's it.
More or less what we said last week, wasn't it? Like we not that we anticipated. I'd like to say nah at the last minute, but it was gonna be like if someone's taken that long, surely Kev and Chas, it was probably we were gonna get a no eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it was really down to trying to convince the player. I mean, I think his head was turned by us for like a week or so. Like, look at it this way. United came knocking, Barca came knocking, Arsenal came knocking, Bayern came knocking, Real Madrid came knocking, and the PSG came knocking. And he said no instantly to all of those. Like, instantly. Like, without even getting out of the gate, there wasn't even discussions, nothing happened. He sat down and had discussions. He, decided personal terms at the club. He did everything, but we in the back of his mind, I don't think he ever wanted to leave the Basque. So, regardless of that, so
kind of straight in there with fries, like use the other target, Kev.
I don't know. You'd have to say that to the club. I don't think they'll publicly come out and do it unless they like. It's a thing called etiquette, and you can't be like going for the same targets at the same time and just say, "Look, we hope we get this fella, but we'll take you in case we don't get this fella." You know what I mean? You can't do that. Like, what they'll do. Yeah, what they lose.
Approach, is it? So.
No, you can't do that. Like they'll move in. There's still 3 weeks left in the window. I think I think Hughes gave his ultimatum, saying, "Look, we can only do this up until Monday or Tuesday, and then we're going to be done and dusted." But I think a lot of people knew the reason why you wanted to stay, Russell. But you'd still think that a club like Liverpool would be a pull for anybody in a team that's like 10 levels below it. But fair juice, if he wants to stay there, he wants to stay there. Move on to the next target.
We've all had this debate when we've been to use over the last 2 weeks, chat on the channel in regards to Zubimendi. Every Liverpool fan would be having the same conversations like we did in 05-06 with Steven Gerrard. And I get the level of clubs very different, of course.
Completely different.
When you just think about the personality and their love and admiration for their own football club that they grew up with and grew up around the corner. So it's sometimes you can't. It's loyalty. That's
the only similarity. Like I get Chelsea were winning the league around then, but at the same time we were still battling and we were thereabouts. We were winning Champions League. We were in another Champions League final. And we just won the FA Cup when Gerrard was doing all of that. So it just seemed like a stretch too far. At that moment, it was the same thing that's in his mindset. The same reason why Harry Kane left Spurs. After being a Spurs man for so long. He just wanted to maybe get a league trophy in, and the team was never up to scratch to win the league. But he stuck by it, and he just decided to stay his career winning multiple amount of trophies. The difference with Zubimendi and Gerrard is that Real Sociedad don't win anything, if at all. Yeah. So
more or less said that all week, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're going to go through some of the comments as well, but we'll get to a couple of the live ones. Yeah, Radio Marker reporting. Yeah, I was trying to put it on the agenda though, bonkers.
Yeah.
But this one I just don't get it. Like, I get it. Like, he's 23. We done a show last week in regards to obviously the Georgian goalkeeper. I don't get it. Maybe possibly if we do lose Kelleher,
25 million. One in, one out the door.
It's unless he can play six, then sounds. But like Edison at Man City, I don't know, maybe. But we'll quickly keep on getting your comments in, chat. Let us know your thoughts on. Obviously, the Georgian goalie, as I said, we're not going to speak about it tonight. But if it's like more or less,
by the way, there's a report came out recently. Somebody put up a post just there in the last hour or two about saying that James Pearce said that the club have no other targets for the number 6, but that's not true at all. All James Pearce said is that they're not going to have to Gumaresh from Newcastle. That's all he said in his report. Nowhere in his articles did he say that Liverpool didn't have another target.
Ornstein did though last night.
Did you want to say that? When did he say that?
Yeah, late last night. We were
Okay.
We were
But
doing
somebody
that.
was quoting. Why didn't they quote Ornstein then and not and James Pearce? Why would they quote James Pearce and not Ornstein?
So yeah, we spoke about it last night, chat, didn't we? I had my piece. We'll get to that in a bit back end of the show as well, because it would just be mad. But we're straight into the comments as well. People that have watched the videos on the repeat, you're absolute legends, and do drop a like on the video as well. Massive just help out. Let's get those likes up. Get the videos out to more Liverpool fans from around the globe. Mr. B has said, where's all our money gone? FSG can't say they haven't got any if they were planned to buy Bordeaux, brought in a new sporting director, etc., and we haven't signed a player with 4 days to start of our season. That's a disgrace. Plus looking to get rid of Diaz for Gordon. What plan is Hughes on? Mr. B?
That's false.
It's. I appreciate your comment, mate. Obviously, everyone's views are entitled in regards to that, mate. We go and check out our videos that we're doing about Gordon. Don't want to rehash the same articles, really. We know what happened with Gomez and Gordon, really. But nice one for your comment, mate. Much appreciated. And then big up there, Marcus. Big up there, Messi. He said he's gone. I live in Spain, Barcelona.
Yeah,
and I don't want to weigh in why he's chosen to stay with Real. I think recent events in Liverpool outside last week has helped the city. However, Spanish players are loyal. Look at Joaquin for Betis, Sevilla, Busquets, Iniesta. We tried to get him. He's chose to stay. Sociedad are in the Champions League, and they'll probably get top 4 again. So on as well. Nice one for that, Marcus. Great to get your views as well. And then go to the last couple of comments here as well. Big up there, Andrew.
There's a difference there from Marcus's point of view. Is Real Sociedad aren't winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
They're not getting anywhere near it. They're qualifying for it, and then they're not getting anywhere near it. Okay.
Yeah. Big up there, big up there, Andrew. Amazing how we went after a player with a track record of not wanting to go anywhere.
That's a question, yeah.
Yeah, ever. I can think of 2 things where he turned down lucrative deals in England, with FSG going after the most expensive ownership franchise spend in history. This smacks of, oh well, at least you can't say we didn't try. Shrugs shoulders and smiles in brackets. And then I asked Andrew, who would you go for in relation? I felt he was spot on with his comments, and he replied that lad
Neves. He went to PSG, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'd be honest to say I have got no idea what's happening with him. But Pacetic, another bloody name I can't spell. Andrew,
he's close.
He
was close. He was close.
Andrew, if you're regular on the channel, you know me, and you all know you know me. Kev knows me far too well anyway. Seems to be up and running again, and I'd say not quite suits Slot's philosophy, but he's a proper baller him as well. So yeah, it's I get obviously the only comparison start the file that we just missed out on Kevin obviously is the nationality, the Chetic, and it will be interesting, but this is what Arne Slot's all about. Nice one, lads, for getting your comments in. Very much appreciated. And anyone else?
At the end of the day, it's not a big panic. We just need a centre midfielder. It's not really an out number 6 we need, because Slot doesn't play with a number 6. He plays with two pivots. You know, so all he needs is another centre midfielder, and if he's, you know, it all depends on who's going to go out and who's going to, like, if Wojciech goes out on loan, we definitely want to need a top level one instead of developing him. If Martin goes out on loan, he won't get the opportunity to come in. He can play both the DM role and the CM. It would have been nice to get Zubimendi in, because he's already the ready-made article. But that's not saying that we can't do what's in there. I mean, so far, Gravenbercher's looked really well the last 2 games, and I'd like to be able to see what he can do, even if it means coming off the bench against somebody. But I'd still like us to go out and get one, but I'm not in anywhere near panic mode if we don't, because I think the squad is nice and strong, regardless of selling Carvalho and all of that. We're just,
yeah, Connor. Behave, Connor. Yes, Tuesday. Say that on Friday when we're all chilling. Big up there, chat as well. I'd agree there. Red Bears just mad the meltdown. It's why me and Kev just sit there, and as I said last night, I could have went on, but I'm just not. I've been on YouTube 7-8 years, and I've been here, done that in terms of Fecky, just all the transfers.
People just get too emotional about signings.
Yeah.
And then when they get the common sense reasoning as to why we didn't sign, it's not enough for them. They need it in their heart and soul to need something more dramatic as a reason why they didn't sign, you know. And
yeah, big up there, chat. Obviously, just reminded.
Honestly, he did. I'm reading here.
Yeah. But big up there. Now, nice one, mate. Much appreciated. But in terms of, and we'll speak about Arne Schloss as well. Though, chat. I was speaking to Kev. In regards to some of the, well, I only look on Twitter for about 2 seconds and then just close the app. In all honesty, but in comparison, I get everyone's frustration in regards to obviously missing out on the player. We all fully get that. But in terms of people going after Arne Slot, saying it was his fault that Liverpool didn't buy number 6, Kev, is just mad.
People are going after Arne Slot,
saying that he's got no pull as a manager now, or
but he's a coach, a manager.
But saying that was was it Jurgen Klopp? If Jurgen Klopp was basically in the helm at Liverpool, right, we would have attracted Zubimendi. But I think everyone's kind of
people like hugs, is it?
It's in terms of hugs and loves. Anyone in the world only goes to a job just for the wage anyway. And if you're a very talented footballer, then even better, you'd have your choice of football clubs to go to. But it's mad. Like people slagging off the manager already before we've even kicked a professional game of football for Liverpool, mate. It's the world of football fandom and crazy bonkers stuff going on, mate. Because back in my title, it's like back to Gaffa. Man, like back him, as you said there, Kev. He's a head coach. Don't get me wrong, he would like to see. But if the window was to shut tomorrow and we didn't sign any players, Arne Slot won't kick off. He'll be content. He knows what the task in hand is, but the fundamental footballing principles and his overall quality of being a head coach hopefully will come to the forefront, really.
That's the football has been brilliant pre-season. You know, even when he told, I was watching Arne Slot at the side of the pitch, and I was watching him sending numbers out to the lads and fingers of what they're going to do. So when I seen him twice, and he went like this, the 7 and into the 6, right? So when he kept doing that to the 7 to the 6, that's when Liverpool dropped off and allowed United to come at him. And then what they did is that they did the counter press and moved the ball beyond, and that's when we were getting chance after chance. So Slot kept telling the lads, concede the possessions just to test this kind of thing. So while Slot is there coaching, United are trying to win the game, but we end up going to win the game comfortably 3-0 anyway. So look, that'll just tell you the football is spot on, everything is there. Hopefully, he can give Ryan Gravenberch a chance if we're not going to sign a number 6. Because I think he can do well in the role. I think him, McAllister, Szoboszlai in there, Trent tucking inside. We're looking well. We're looking well defensively. We're looking well in set pieces, where I was always worried about set pieces the last couple of seasons. Klopp is gone, lads. Move on from Klopp. Anybody mentioning Klopp now is an idiot, to be honest with you. He's gone. He's moved on. He's gone elsewhere. He loves the club and all that, and we loved him as a manager. But there's really no point in dwelling. There's no point in comparing. It's not going to work out. If you start comparing Klopp to Slot, all you're going to do is end up with David Moyes and Alex Ferguson. Do you want to go down? That's what you're going to do. David Moyes was a good manager at the time, and when he came in from Everton, and he had the potential to do it, but just the constant comparisons would just make him change his tactics, make him second guess himself. That's not what it is. I think Slot has got the brain power to be able to do what he needs to do. All of this scapegoating going after him and Hughes and all that. Hughes threw the kitchen sink at Zubimendi, offered him 4 times the amount of his wages, offered him to get the family settled, offered to get everything done. And the dude still didn't want to leave the Basque region. He's a home bird. He wanted to do that. That's it. The fact that it took him a week to decide means that we really had his head turned for that long. So the only thing I would go by is that everybody knows that we need signings. I was about to talk about this actually. Everybody knows that we need signings. Everybody knows that we need to bolster up there in parts. But might as well go for Gravenberch, yes. But no, look, I think there'll be signings coming in before the window shuts. I can't see a window where we just settle for what's there, regardless of how many times have we heard that this is not happening and this is not happening. All of a sudden, 2 days later, the journalists come out and they say something completely different from what they said.
Opposite to what I mentioned in the chat last night as well, mate. That you're there tonight is in terms of playing devil's advocate, really, in terms of the other foot. what's your thinking in relation to? We've gone with certain players, and I said this last night. Of course, there will be names on the board, but I get people's concerns in reality where, say, if we can't get Zubimendi, I don't want to be in that position again where, fair enough, if you want to put all your eggs in that one basket, but for the fundamental principles, as you just said, the way which he wants to play, he can't play that style of football with Endo.
No.
It's like putting Jordan Henderson in this system now. He wouldn't work.
This
is why we need to get that type of six in to play Irish Slot's football. It's such a pivotal position. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I get where you're coming from, but I can see that he would rather use Bajcetic instead of Endo and develop Bajcetic in that position if you could, and then use Endo as a backup. I don't think he rates Endo at all as part of the team. I think he rates Gravenberch more, and I think he would decide to have those two lads in there before he decides to have Endo and Gravenberch in there. Because even I get what he means, because even for me, Endo is like the guy that stretches for the ball all the time. He's always stretching for it. He doesn't seem to ever have it like fully under control. He always seems to be like getting away. He always seems to be like a player that seems, when you watch him running with the ball, it always like the ball is getting away from him and he has to try and catch up to it every time he's doing it. So I get what he's saying, but like he can get into brilliant positions that he can clear the ball pretty well. Bring Navi back. Navi lad. But like, no, for me, I still think, it's whatever way we can move Endo on, or if one of Bajcetic or Martin or Endo go, yeah, we're definitely in the market. There's no way we leave ourselves late there in the middle of the pack.
I'm just laughing to myself. I'm laughing at some of the comments coming through. Everyone, please do respect everyone in the comments as well. You just know the housekeeping rules yourselves anyway. But mods, keep on your toes, please. In terms of, I'm laughing to myself because could you imagine, chat, like say all the lads, it's like they're all ready to leave. Say if Morton goes, say Sepp van den Berg goes, say Endo goes, and then and everyone, we all know those players are the fringe players on the squad, and there's not necessarily any first teamers going. But could you imagine all them going, and then say we only bring in like one player? Or do you think those players should have gone a while ago?
Yeah, I don't think they were even in the plans of being talked about leaving. If they go, they make no difference on the squad. Some of them, especially Sepp van den Berg. What has he done at Liverpool? To be honest with you, he played a little bit of a pre-season game, and that's it. He's done absolutely nothing at Liverpool. If he goes, he's not being replaced by anybody. He's just somebody's getting upgraded from within. He's just, as well as he's done at Mainz or whatever, he is a loaned out player since that's his entire career at Liverpool. So we're not replacing him at all.
Someone needs to take him out of the mix zone in the press, because every interview he gave in pre-season after the games, I want to go. But Liverpool, as we've said over the last couple of weeks, Liverpool are holding firm on a valuation of in and around £20 million for Sepp. Well, as you said there, Kevin, I think we can get somehow 20 million. Certainly 20 million in today's market. It's standard, really going right for any centre half in Europe anyway. But
I'll be signings. I can't see a scenario on this planet where there won't be signings before this window ends. I can't see it.
Yeah. Oh, Christian. Curtisino. I cannot wait for that, lad.
I don't want to see it.
That's a joke. But the thing is, this is what the football club in terms of the transfer strategy, because you just know for a point, like everyone would all be disappointed. But it's crazy. We'll go on to Paulson. That's a good shout, that lads. Those were the days playing on Channel 5 in Europa League. Oh no, with Aquilani coming back from injury after about 6 years. Right, we'll go straight into this one. Diaz, Lucho Diaz.
He's not going anywhere.
Nah, we spoke about it, and I had him on my list of potential players out the door, but that was before.
It was in a club system.
Yeah, that was before our transfer strategy was chase a player for 3 weeks and then wait until he says no at the last minute, and then we start again.
Let's be fair, lads. It was only a week. Contact was made early, and then it only went on for Thursday to Tuesday. That's it. It was not 3 weeks.
Thoughts on this one, Kev? Chat, let us know.
It's not happening.
It's just a mad stuff. The fact that
ITK is at it again.
The fact that Romano actually responded to the news, Where's this even come from?
No, yeah.
Like, I checked some of the sources,
yeah.
but there's no incredible, really.
Sam Lee is the guy for City, isn't he? Sam Lee is the guy that does the correspondence for City. He's the David Ornstein for City, and Paul Joyce for City. So he's came out and said, I'm hearing zero rumors about this, nothing. Like, I'm hearing absolutely nothing about this. And then, everybody else came out then and said that, this isn't true. This isn't, nothing's happening with this.
It's just mad chat. Let us know your thoughts on this.
It's gone from silly season to dopey season. There's a lot of idiots out there, man. I'm starting to I'm starting to look at human beings on Twitter and say, are you actually real people that are saying some of this stuff? Like, are you doing this? Like, has somebody typed into ChatGPT, create about 200 absolute idiots when it comes to football to say the most ridiculous things, and then put them all on Twitter, and then put them in Spider's feed there for him to see.
It's all City's bot accounts that they've been buying on the social medias to overinflate their reach, global reach. It is what it is. We spoke about Anish.
Reach around's more like
right.
Global reach. Yeah. What global reach have they ever had?
Just outside of Manchester, just before Stoke for them. This should be fun, chat. This should be the best. Forget ITV2 or other channels out there. Give this page a follow. Liverpool, the Premier League Match Centre, Kev. So, chat, if you're not following them on social media,
I do that.
Just know this is going to be the most chock-a-blocker social media account on X this new season. So what they do, welcome to the Premier League Match Centre X. This page will provide live updates from Stockley Park. Probably them scranning the scran. Like, probably, we all wonder what they do in the bar control room. Now we're going to find out.
What's it called? What's the ad? I can't find it.
Yeah, it's Premier League or something. We will use near live updates on the operational matters from all matches, including clarification on refereeing and VAR. This should be fun. Referees and VAR clarifications were based on the factual information. Oh, will it? Bit like that Diaz goal that we seen when it was a clear onside, but you decided, even Sky and the big television companies and the director and the television companies were like, no, lads, do not show that on the next cut because you'll get sacked.
Yeah.
Where necessarily additional information on laws of the game and the VAR process from the PGMOL experts will be communicated.
I just saw the first comment underneath the first post. I assume your drafts are already full of apologies for Paul Tierney. Oh, I love it. Like,
thoughts on that, Kev? On chat, let us know.
Anthony Taylor's burner account to apologise for his performance every week. That's just nuts, man. This is like, you're going to have some of the best one. We should just do a Premier League Match Centre video setup, just for like a segment, just of 10 minutes of reading people's funny tweets and what they're replying to, like something that's gone on that week. That'll be brilliant.
Start playing the Benny O music down the VAR control room. So should be fun. So chat, get following them because
Caversham United FC. This is a picture of a referee going like this, pointing and going, and it says, checking if this will turn out to be a good idea.
Chat, what's the lifetime on this account? Probably going last about 2 seconds, really, if I'm being honest. Big up there, Mark. Nah,
this is going to be gold. This is going to be gold. Yeah. Everybody's it's brilliant.
Milan Jovanovic, big up
there. Was that? I didn't know. Somebody was talking to me. Satisfied I chatted about Klopp, but I was trying to make a valid point. Aaron is my boss now. Oh no, that wasn't about you at all, Red. No, not at all. But I didn't even see your comment, dude. I'm on about everywhere. I'm seeing it like even Ian Doyle, the fella came out and said it, didn't he? That's what we're talking about. That's what my reference is really to. Is he came out and started kind of pro Klopping and just saying not to try and slight on Aaron a slat, but but you kind of are. When you're saying that the only pull that Liverpool had was Jurgen Klopp, and he should know better as a journalist, as a well-known journalist as well, to not say stuff like that.
he's a massive fan as well.
I know he's a massive fan, and I get it, but you can't. You have to say, like, you can say this team is shit or something's going on or something's there, but you can't kind of like do comparisons like that. You know,
he can't quite.
Yeah,
on his work account anyway. But there we go. Big up.
I can't wait to look at this every week, man.
Good process, as Jamie said. So chat, get following that, because I think we'll all be. I know a lot of us will be tweeting that. Like, I honestly, yeah. But apparently, rival fans call us Liverpool or whatever you want.
I don't understand that. The same time that Liverpool thing started was the time that Liverpool had +2 and United had +13 with VAR in that season. They've had the most that went for them in an entire season in a +13. I think somebody else ended up more that way. It was a Wolves one season was good and then they were terrible the next season or something like that. Yeah, because of it. But yeah, no, they've had the most in history with VAR helping them. So yeah, I don't understand where that comes from.
Yeah, please everyone refrain from some of those. Mark, yeah, you see that comments anyway. Please everyone's bloody use of certain terminology as well, chat. Come on, respect everyone. As well, sources anyway. Shouldn't have to tell you. But chat, go and check that out anyway. It should be a bundle of fun, really. In relation to referees as well. Have we checked? Have we covered everything really? So yeah, Kev, just get your closing thoughts on that, really, mate. In all honesty,
move on.
Yeah,
I was already prepared to move on days ago, regardless of the scenario. When they see something happening like that, and when they see stupid reasons of. And it is when it comes to the world of global football, especially when you're going up levels from one team to the next. I completely understand if we were buying somebody from Real Madrid or we were buying somebody from Barcelona or Bayern Munich and they wanted to kind of say, or, you know, at that kind of level, they say, no, I do want to see the Premier League eventually, but I kind of want to see what I can do here at this club and whatever. I'm like, yeah, you're battling for stuff. That's totally understandable. You can move on. I can understand with the Caicedo thing last year, I'm also happy that we upped his money by just throwing in an extra bid, by the way, and to make Chelsea pay. But I can understand him being a boyhood Chelsea fan. You could see Caicedo when he was a kid wearing the Chelsea outfit and all that. Totally understandable about choosing to go that way than us. I get it. I totally get it. I'd be the same, you know, if it'd be similar to Anthony Gordon if he had a choice between us and Real Madrid and he decided to come to Liverpool. It's the same as Alan Shearer, who had a chance at Man United, who were flying at the time, and he chose Newcastle. That was the weirdest. I don't find it bad myself personally if they want to do that, but like that was a big choice that time from Shearer, because I mean Newcastle were only barely kind of, you know, treading above the waters, and
he still winds them up to this day.
Yeah. Well, I get that. That was the weirdest one for me with Shearer, but it's not really because it's his boyhood club. You always wanted to play for the tune. So but like this scenario of comparing Gerrard to Zubimendi, Gerrard going from Chelsea across to Liverpool. I don't care if Chelsea were winning the title at the time. Liverpool were winning Champions Leagues at the time. Chelsea won't win that. Liverpool were winning FA Cups at the time. Liverpool were, you know, and you know. He had his head turned for about 5 seconds, he said, and then he couldn't do it. Like it's just, that's the kind of scenario you come down to. But Zubimendi at Real Sociedad, it must just be the Basque mindset, lads. It's got to be, you know, it's got to be that kind of, same with the lads at Athletic Bilbao, you know, it's got to be that mindset that they're very, very homely there and they don't want to move if they don't have to.
I pose this to you as well, though, Kevin. Chat. I think we spoke about this last night, but we'll get Kev's insights as well. I want to see a Fabinho transfer, lad. A transfer that comes out of absolutely nowhere.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
From anyone. No tweets from Romano, Ornstein, or the top journalists as well. Just none of this 3-week build-up to then not get a player.
Yeah.
Where's that information coming out from? Do you think it's the selling club, Sociedad, in terms of...
Yeah. Up in the money
as well, or we spoke about that with Endo and
agents.
It's just madness, lads.
It's agents, and agents should be held accountable for releasing that information as well.
Yeah, it's like Liverpool done our best work in the shadows, really, in terms of signing deals, even the 70s and 80s.
One of the best deals we did was Firmino. He was guaranteed to go to United, apparently, And there was all talk of fellas signing. They was talking about bringing him over, the whole lot. Watch your man David Ayre, is it? From Murcrow went over there. All of a sudden, Firmino's holding a Liverpool shirt up with his big giant smile, ready to join Liverpool while they were in pre-season.
Respect. If only it was. If only.
Oh, it's probably because it's late, is it? You look red hair instead of blondie.
No. If only it was that tall, lad. Except I'm the big class 6'6", lad. But yeah, it's so that needs to be quenched really in terms of just squashed down. In terms of we are going to bring in a player, I certainly don't want to be seeing that. It's as Bush has said.
I'd like to see Hustler's comment there a second. I want to know what he means by that.
Big up there, man. What's FSG?
I don't think anybody's an owner fan. I think we're content, but I don't think anybody's a fan of owners. I don't understand what you mean. Can you explain what FSG did in this?
Yeah.
If you're going to put it in the chat there, I can answer you back. But just tell me what FSG did in all of this, and then I'll retort to that.
But yeah, right. Get to all the comments as well. Slot is winning a quad.
I know I've yet the 6, but I'd like to see Bajcetic and Gravenberch being given chances in there as well. They're more than capable. Everybody was super happy with Bajcetic the season and a half ago before he had that bad injury, and if he can get back to that level again, we're laughing. And then it's the same as Bundesliga. I said it. I have a video going back to one of my first ever videos when I was doing it on YouTube about how you can improve VAR and how you can improve all of that, and mainly was because of the amount of offsides and stuff like that. And I just said if you made the line slightly thicker and gave the advantage to the striker, like it always has been, naturally, you'd see less exact decisions. And because at the end of the day, it's a computer judging real people in real movements, and nobody can be that exact. It has to be given leeway of a percentage. So in the Eredivisie, you don't see any issues with VAR and any issues with offsides, because maybe a hand is running forward, but at least the full chest, or there has to be a certain percentage of the body that's ahead of the zone to count it as offside. If half the body is still onside, it's onside. You can't go by the exact movement of somebody to somebody else's shoulder. Jesus, a fella could be running, he could sneeze, drop his head, and your man would be offside, at the same time. Yeah. So
fellas here, Casty.
Spider bit. Which one's that?
Yeah, just that comment as well.
Spider baiting the hook. I'm baiting the hook. Yeah, I am. I am. I'm waiting because I really want to see the logic behind everybody just screaming FSGO for no reason. Like they have zero to do with these deals anymore. Like zero. Like do your homework, read up what FSG are doing. FSG are gone off to purchase multiple franchises. They're trying to get one in the States and they're trying to get a football one in Europe. And then they're trying to use that money to fund their entire ins and outs of everything that they do. So instead of doing it the city way, which is make up companies and then funnel their own money into that and then back into their own club to buy stuff, they're going out to actually do it the right way. So that's the difference. I know the stupid stuff that FSG have done, the Americanisms that they've done, especially with the getting involved with the Super League. But even in that, I wasn't against the Super League entirely. The only thing I didn't like about the Super League was the elitism, where there was never going to be relegations or promote, very Americanism kind of stuff. I didn't want that kind of stuff coming into football at all. It shouldn't be. Everybody should have a chance to get into that league, no matter whether you're Wrexham or what are they called? Accrington, Stanley. Who are they? Everybody should have the same fair chances. One thing I did like about the Super League and all of those things was the 3 times the money that was going to grassroots, the extra payouts to all the teams, the way that the whole association was going to be funded by only 16% of the earnings, and and everything else was just going to go to everybody else. UEFA the opposite of that. They only hand out like 110 million and 168 million for grassroots football. And that's only to the winners, the 110 million. The rest of it was like 480 million or something was going to go to grassroots of the winning club. But anyway, there's loads of stuff that are going on. Loads of stuff that I like to know the reasoning behind anybody who says keep saying FSG out now at the moment. We're completely run really, really well. If it's only just because of transfer windows that you don't like FSG, there's nothing I can do for you there. I mean, play Ultimate Team. That's all I can say. That's what you're interested in. So yeah.
Support Paris Saint-Germain, Man City.
And it's and Daryl Murray, I can see it. I get it's FSG's money, but it's not. It's the club's money. They let the club self-sustain. It's a self-sustaining business. They don't put their own money back into it. unless it's the stadiums. They put their own money into the stadium and build a stadium, and then they get the money back from that. But they want the businesses to self-sustain. I mean, do you want to go and buy a shop, and just because everybody asks for this really expensive item that you have to buy, like what's that thing? What's that Logan Paul's the Prime, where these places went out and had to spend a fortune to get this drink in, but then they weren't legally allowed within their country to sell it for over a price, so they made a loss. You can't do that kind of stuff. Like, you have to balance the books and make a thing, and you have to have healthy debt is what you need within a club. You can't have no debt. If you had no debt, you'd be paying taxes all the time, but you have to have a healthy debt, 90 million, 100 million, all that, always turning over. But you see, we're down the wrong road. If you want to turn into Chelsea, do you want the owners to come in and do that? The clubs are hames. They've bought 35 players in the last 2 seasons. Do you know how long ago our 35th player was? Bobby Firmino was our 35th player ago, since we bought like 35 players since. So 34 people came into the club after him. That was Bobby Firmino. And we've been winning leagues and winning Champions Leagues and being involved and staying at point within cheaters that city here. Let's look at the big picture. You know?
Look at the quality within the squad as well.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough, I was having this debate today as well with the lads in the group chats I'm in, and it's this notion that, fair enough, Ivan Schlott is very much inherited a side that is finished like 10th, but he's not. He's not coming into a Palace like level team, no respect to Palace, but he's coming into a side, yes, that did finish third. We are probably 2 or 3 first team players that come into the squad and pad out the overall 11 to 15, 16 players within the squad, and our levels will very much certainly go up. But and this is not us, and chat obviously for the regulars that do tune in, you know, mine Kev's thoughts as well. We're not pro FSG, we're not like a negative FSG or whatever view.
Well, no, we're not pro or negative. I'm just common sense.
We are, common sense, and just back the football club as well.
Yeah, like, if FSG turn around tomorrow and they do something wrong by the club, I'll want them out instantly. That's just that's how fickle. It just has to be right by the club. And I mean, but you have to think of it this way as well, lads. We're not going with a number 6 under slot football. It's 2 pivots is what he plays with. So he plays with 3 even. You know, he wants 3 centre midfielders in there that 2 can sit in there at all times and move him with the guy. So it's not the out and out 6. I mean, Zubimendi is not even an out and out 6. He was more of a box to box central midfielder rather than just an out and out DM. He was just able to do that kind of job. So that's what we need. I think Bajcetic can develop perfectly into that kind of role. I think that Gravenberch looked well doing it the other day. Whether I want him to be sitting in there as a number 6 on his own, no. Do I want him in a double pivot? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I don't care because there's 2 people sitting there. But I don't want to be I don't want to be sitting there just like desperate for a fella that's going to come in and play out of position, because we're not after a number 6. We're after a box to box. We're after a bruiser that can come in and do both works. He can pass the ball. I think McAllister can do that. I think we're really looking for like almost another McAllister with more of a hard tackling McAllister.
I'll tell you what, if we can get another McAllister at that similar value as well, Chas, we're all buzzing.
There's loads of them out there.
We are, and me and Kev, we get your concerns as well, Chas.
100%.
Understand your comments as well, and just keep on respecting each other as well in the comments, please.
I just think everybody's getting overwhelmed because I've seen a lot of crap and they're getting piss takes from Facebook pages and this. They're like, oh, I can't handle this. I just need somebody in now, and it's just getting to you, lads. It really is, and I don't understand why you're not.
The football. What are we, like 4 days away from the footy? Like, obviously, there's a game on Friday night. But yeah, it's like as Dante said there, Dante, sorry, mate. And it's even like everyone, like even we're all fans at the end of the day.
Dante, you're not going to see them boys in 3 weeks. Once that transfer window closes, them boys are never going to be on Twitter again until January. They're only interested in transfer windows. The problem is they become noticeable because they constantly post when you're on Twitter. So the usual moaners you'll always see online and stuff like that everywhere around. There's always about 10 to 20 of those. But the guys that you're thinking of that are just in the chat, bang, 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 they're just going to be anti-FSG no matter what you say. They're just going to be only about the transfer window no matter what you say. And they won't watch the football from one end of the week to the next. Or they'll glance at it. Or they'll talk about it after, I had something to do today so I couldn't watch the game. But I heard we were crap, blah, blah, blah. And they're the kind of guys you're going to come across. And they're the guys that don't watch the football from one end of the week to the next. They only want to see the sales coming in and, we're so active and might as well follow Chelsea if you're one of those. Simple as.
Yeah, just a mess Chelsea are in as well, though. Chat. Like, do we want to be the next Chelsea? Like, because fair enough, as Kev said, fair enough. If FSG got bought out tomorrow, what strategy what's scattergun approach? Like, they literally sent Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Said, "Go ahead, lads," and then now he's on a flight back to Chelsea, and they're looking like potentially maybe giving him a new deal. It's just madness. They got rid of Petr Cech. They got rid of all the football people at the football club. A club that is sustained like Liverpool, Gavin Chat. There's teams out there in the Premier League or in European football would crave for the structure, and that's the key thing: structure of a football and business. Revenue, and we understand, yes, our expenditure, we could spend a bit more, of course we can, which we will on the right project. We've seen that with bids that have gone in, and everyone that goes PR. No, you're telling me we're not going to call Brighton's bluff and go, yeah, there's 115 million. When that bid goes in, you don't just go and then take the bid away. It's set in stone. Like that transaction went through. And it's not like contactless. There you go, lad.
Because I mean, Chelsea went 90 million on Caicedo last year, and then we went 105 million. Like, if we wanted to do that, like, and then say, "Oh, we were only hoping that somebody else would come in above us," why would you put a bid in of 105 million set in stone? It's there. The paperwork has gone in. It's a bid. It's an official bid, and then say, "Oh no, we kind of don't want to do it." And you only withdraw it if you find you're only allowed to withdraw it if you find findings or things that can end the contract instantly. Instead,
I think he's going to, is it Juve or AC Milan?
Yeah, it could be Juve. I'd rather Emerson, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's another name, mate. It's out, and I say to everyone, all of us, even when you are consuming even our videos and media, whatever you're looking at as well, just
trying to calm you down, lads, to be honest with you. I love this club as much as every single one of you out there. I know some of you are panicking, but there's no reason to, we're going to do the business. We're going to probably, it's more likely that Liverpool are going to make sure that we're almost going to get a player across the line before we release Kelleher, before anybody else gets released, that kind of way,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we do. We are 100% for us, and they'll be looked after before the end of the window. I think at least, even if it's a stopgap type of thing until the next best player is available, because you can't go from Zubimendi to the next best player available, because he's probably not available for another 6 months. He could be 18 months out from a contract. It's all contract situations. It's all that. You have to look at all it. We can't just go, okay, Zubimendi's gone. Oh, let's go and get Ugarte straight away, because he let's just throw 70 million on a player that doesn't suit our system because he's there. It doesn't make any sense, just for the sake of it.
Jay said there, well, we said that, Jay. Welcome, mate.
Well, that's
we did speak about that at the top of the show, mate. We spoke about that contingency.
That's down to Edwards, though, Jack. Edwards decides who comes in and out, uses the negotiating, and that's down to that. We all trust Edwards. We all know what he's about. He's the numbers guy. He's the guy that does the stats. It's not FSG, lads. Just take FSG, put them over there, because that's exactly what they're thinking. They're not even thinking about the club, unless there's a bid that's to come in for 100 million or something like that. Then they'll, Edwards will go to him and say, can we sanction this or whatever like that? Then they'll say, yeah, whatever. But he's been given the green light to do multiple bids and businesses under 100 million. He's the COO of football, so he's the guy that runs everything to do with Liverpool Football Club. So
big up there, big up Haytham. With all due respect to your opinions, but we have 3 crucial players' contracts that they didn't even start talking to them. As far as us fans know, Haytham, big up to your comment, mate. We're fans. We're not, unless there's a live stream of the discussions, or we're a fly on the wall and we can see these internal discussions. That is something even in the 70s and 80s. No football fan is entitled to its personal, with the players and the club as well. Trent, we know Trent will be getting a contract. He will be.
He was at Anfield doing his photoshop today.
We've seen that today as well. Don't be panicking about that. Virgil van Dijk, he will get the final contract. He will stay at the football club. He's the captain at a football club.
You done November.
When he's on form, full flow, best centre half in world football, even with one leg as well. And as for Salah will get a new contract, mate, as well. He will, and everyone keeps on going. Oh, it's these rival fans as well on these podcasts. Just oh, is this a be his last season? They've been saying that for the last 7 seasons. It's like, oh, 7. We're on like the 7-season wonder now of Salah. Like, and again, his age is creeping up on him. But do they not see his physique, Kev, and just
he's ripped out
performance? And everyone goes, oh, last season he wasn't at it. It's like, yeah, but it wasn't just Salah. Like, he tried his best. Look at how poor the players were around him in certain elements of our game. And he still got the goals and the assists to go with it in what was probably one of his worst seasons as well. Yeah. Big up there, Nick. Fair enough there, Nick. In regards to what in terms of what of Salah's game, Nick, it'll be interesting to see from an outside point of view.
I'll defend Salah more than this because Salah hasn't gone off the ball. Salah had 2 back-to-back almost what do they call the African Cup of Nations either side of a World Cup, as well as playing 2 full seasons with some of the most games in history ever played, where we nearly went for the quad with Liverpool. He got his first injury that kept him out for almost 3 months ever, like his first injury ever. And then when he came back, he slowed down. He only got 9 goals or something. So that's the normal strikers that come back like that. They might even get lucky to get 1 or 2. You got 9 in the league or something like that, and a couple in the cup. So look, Salah can get back to his best, no problem. And I still think because of how he handles. Remember, he doesn't drink. He doesn't eat anything bad. He rarely eats carbs. He's all about complete fitness. And regardless if you're as a fellow who's now in his 40s can speak, and I stayed somewhat semi-fit up for the last few seasons, up until the last couple of years, you don't really feel that water weight until you're in your 40s, regardless. And if he's at his peak...
What you mean, lads? I'm getting there, I'm touching...
Nah, you're not. Nah, you'll be grand. You're not feeling it yet. I'll tell you when you're feeling it. When you feel it when you get to your 40s. But I'm telling you, once you go past that mark, you have the water weight, I think he's fine. I think he'll be grand. I think he can still compete at the highest level for another 3.5 years, I'd say, before he starts maybe getting a dip. But you look at James Milner, I know his legs are gone near the end, but he was 38 years of age.
It's all the it's the medical science involved in football now, in all honesty.
And Milner's nowhere near Salah's fitness.
It's not like in the 70s and 80s where literally Ian Rush or whoever your leading striker was for your football club was having 3 bevies down the local, literally nipping around the corner 5 minutes till kick-off at 3 o'clock and then banging in an hat-trick off about 7 pints. It's like football has evolved now. It's mad. Like everything, as Kev's alluded to, like the fitness regimes, the mental side of the game as well, even the preparations for penalties, and like you just look at the amount of penalties that do get scored now. Like obviously the data lads in terms of the goalkeepers, in terms of where everyone's going, and there's so much data going into the game now, and like even just as Zane said, and everyone goes always doing it in Saudi League, but
a lot of people are blaming FSG though about this thing, and it's the same with the Saudi League. But a lot of people are blaming FSG. Who's blaming Zubimendi? Nobody. Nobody's blamed the dude that decided to stay. Anyway, sorry.
Right, we'll get to So, chat. How long do you reckon? And big up there, Nick. Let us know how many years you think Salah's got. But the thing is, Nick, and for every Liverpool fan, and we've done countless shows. So check it out. The shows on the channel the last couple of weeks. We spoke about the potential urgency to very much get Salah's understudy into the football club already. It's where we get your concerns as well, chat in regards to the 6. It would be nice if we had a bit more pre-planning and preparation that we can all agree on in terms of getting the players in, say, a year or 2 years before, or even if you do sign a player, then you can loan them out to a Premier League club or another club at a very good standard. So if they go away for a year and they come back, they've got that bit more experience and a bit more awareness, and they can fundamentally improve in the starting 11 as well for Liverpool.
I wonder, even Jack, just to one thing I've noticed that there's a bit of a trend going around today as well is about somebody saying that they're calling Liverpool Reject FC or something because Zubimendi decided to stay there and Caicedo decided to choose Chelsea because he's a fan of Chelsea. But then you look at all of these other clubs that have just had, I could name probably 8 players that went to Liverpool that United were after, that Arsenal were after, and that's just off the top of my head. So it's funny. I don't be paying any attention to anybody who posts that kind of crap. Block them instantly. They're useless.
And for fans of non-Real Madrid fans, they're the only fans that can chat really where like everyone's like turning their nose up at Real Madrid. I'm like, but do you not understand how massive Real Madrid are? They're bigger than Liverpool and probably Manchester United combined in terms of European stature as well. Like I'm speaking of
European stature only, not anything else. Yeah.
But it is like Hala Madrid. It is Real Madrid. Like they're not like Getafe, like at the bottom of the La Liga or something. Like it is Real Madrid. Like there's no difficulties if you do ever play rejection for Real Madrid. Fair enough, you reject you to go to like and shout out Brentford as well, but or no other clubs out there as well at the bottom of the pyramids in regards to the Premier League. Let's get to Dante, big up there, mate. Ash, let you ask this, Kev. With the rumours about this keeper from Valencia, do you think Alisson has told the club this is his last season? Good question.
Could be a possibility if they're going to, if they're, or you know, we're looking at. Yeah, I think there's three scenarios in that. It's either that's after happening, which I don't think so. I think Alisson's very happy where he is at Liverpool. To be honest with you, I don't see a reason he's worshipped here. I unless he's looking to like finish off his career in the sun someplace. I don't see why. Especially with only new keepers coming in at Real Madrid, and they're not going to bring in like two big name keepers in a couple of seasons. The other thing is that it's all down to Queven Keller, really, because Adrian's gone now, and we need another keeper in there. Whatever about bringing up Yaras and Petaluga and that. I don't think that. I don't think that the reason that Mamashvili would come in, he'd have no problem coming in. If Keller was going to stay on for another year, he would come in and he would go out on loan for that year. Then we'd sell Queven Keller by the next window, and then he would come back. That's it.
I was going to say, Kev, we spoke about all of us Liverpool fans as well in regards to Keller. It's more or less the foregone conclusion that Keller might potentially go this window, or by the looks of it, if we loan him back out, back to Valencia. I think there's a law in place in terms of when you buy a player, you can't chat. Can you clarify that? You all know anyway. Yeah, I'm sure of that.
What's that?
If you say we buy a player, we cannot in that same window then loan him out to a Premier League team.
Yeah, I think it can't be. Yeah, you can't pass the buck. You have to wait. Yeah, you have to wait for something like that.
That's why we're sending them back out to La Liga if that is the case. It is mad, in all honesty. Big up there, chat. Yes, Russell, we do. Mate, we've done plenty of shows.
I think so. Yeah. I agree.
Big up there, Zane. You take Salah out with this attack, he's struggling to put as much goals and assists. We struggle to get even top four, mate. If we defend,
actually, I didn't mind Diaz in there. Diaz played well on the right hand side. I don't mind him on that right hand side. I think he's more dangerous with his right foot to cross the ball on that side. On the left hand side, not so much.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just saying, Nick playing dangerous. I suppose it's good to actually pick up there, Nick. Good to get some outside perspective, really. Yeah,
I think Salah just wants to see extension of years rather than money up. I think he just wants to be. He just wants to be. He'll want an extra 3 years every single time he signs.
Yeah, regardless, even if Salah say has 1 year left in his playing career, he will still, that money's not going away from the Saudi Pro League. Like that money will always get there, and it probably will get even more. I think was it chat. I know a lot of you don't have social media, but there was rumours circulating last night. I don't know if you've seen it, Kev, in regards to the Seniors Junior. Like they were literally offered them, supposedly in the report, speculation of 1 billion, literally 1 billion over the course of 5 years. And I think in the contract was if the final year before he turns 30, he can go back to another top league, and they'd make him an ambassador of obviously the next World Cup or coming around the corner in like 2030 or whatever. It's mad, but fair enough. They've got the money as well. But the thing is, it's that when that project gets a bit more wheels to it, really, I think you will see a bit more higher profile players leaving, but certainly not our Salah. Anyway, exactly. I guarantee you, Salah.
That's what I'm thinking. He likes breaking records. Oh, he's so you don't believe Mohamed Salah is very, very calm, but he's so competitive that once he started getting on that, like he even said it himself, he came out and said he wished that he'd signed that time before he went to Chelsea, because it's not. Remember, lads, this Zubimendi thing is not the first time that we've been let down by players that went to a different club. Willian was supposed to come to us. He ended up at Chelsea. Salah was supposed to come to us. He ended up at Chelsea. You know, there's multiple other fellas. What's his name? So one lad went to Spurs, and this was his name, the American dude. He was supposed to come to us, and he went there. So there was a couple of these things that happened. But you know, as I say, when people make these kind of decisions, it never turns out for the best for them. So I think maybe Willian is the only success story that was ever there at Chelsea. That went that way when they chose another club over Liverpool. But look, the fact that Zubimendi's head was torn for that long just goes to show you what kind of pull we have as a club, because he's he seems like he's the hardest player in the world to try and get away from his club at the moment. So yeah.
Bunkers, why am I seeing Clint Dempsey in the comments?
Because he was the guy that went to Spurs instead of coming to us. He was meant to come to us. He went to Spurs instead.
Could you imagine if Twitter X was around back then?
Yeah. It was then, but I just don't think there was vile in it.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Big up there, Mr. Sky Blue. Keep up the good work, lads. Calm and sensible words. K-Mac and Jamie, just like you two. Yeah, two top lads, mate. Having them on the channel. And Jay, if you watch them, mate, or whatnot, congratulations. I think I've seen today Jamie's doing something in terms of his live streams or whatnot. Marco, one of the mods, can you put Jamie and K-Mac's channel links in the description, please? But yeah, top lads.
I like the lads.
Speak with a lot of passion and a lot of sense as well. And there's plenty of other great channels out there as well. Hopefully get a bit more interaction from the lads. Plenty of shows planned this season as well.
But I think it's all about being calm and just like the one thing you notice when we lads, even when I'm talking to somebody online or something with YouTube, and I know Jack's the same, but like I never go with my own opinion and stuff. I always go with the facts and as they're written and what the facts are. So if the facts are there, if somebody tries to argue with facts and they keep trying to argue with facts that are actually there as facts on the internet, you know they're not worth your time to listen to. So it's those kind of guys, block them, move on straight away, and then you start seeing more sensible football heads around the place. That's what I do, and I seem to be seeing a lot more sensible guys and more banterish guys, which is great.
Big up chat as well, always. Everyone's sound. The majority, you do get the occasional little silly sausage coming in, but the mods, I will be dishing out a couple more moderating tools as well, and obviously we can usually spot them straight away anyway in the comments. But big up, welcome to anyone that's just discovered the channel as well. 66 of you are still in. You're absolute legends. We're going to round up and very soon, but not just yet. And if you are watching on the repeat as well, if you're listening or watching on Wednesday morning or evening, do let us know your thoughts on the comments. A couple of great questions coming in here before we do shoot off. Obviously Connor mentioned potentially there, mate, could be an option. Connor Bradley playing right back. I think we always kind of.
I want Trent in the midfield. I want them nowhere near the right back, to be honest with you. I want them in that pivot role. If it was him and Gravenberch in that pivot role with McAllister just ahead of him, and he rotates with Szoboszlai every so often, I think that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Remember, lads, we're not playing a number 6, regardless of what it says 4-3-3 on the pitch. Slot doesn't play with a number 6; he plays with 2 pivots. So we're more likely looking for a centre midfielder that can defend. What's that?
Add on to that, just his comment there.
Yeah, he can play the midfield, but I wouldn't play him as just an out number 6. Obviously, because we're not going to be playing with much of it this season. I think everybody's going to take turns and drop him back. So Saudis money Saudis can offer is insane, but they haven't been going crazy on transfers so far this Wednesday. Yeah,
it's the maddest one, but they must have threw a lot of money at it. Fair play if they got the money, not just in football, in terms of like the architecture and just business as a whole, in every sector really. They've evolved quite very quickly, as we know, and fair play to them as well. In terms of, but yeah, I think it will. Saudi, it's not. Everyone was like going, the Chinese league all those years ago with obviously signing Oscar and that, but the Saudi league is completely different. The amount of money they've got is ridiculous, and their league, was Ronaldo said it will become a top 5 league in the next 10 years or something, or I think it will eventually when you've got that amount of money. It's like the Premier League, but I think it will hinge. Chat, apologies, I'm wrong as well, Kev as well. If there will be, it's your way for chat. If there becomes a way in somehow the Saudi clubs somehow getting into the Champions League, I think then you will see a lot more players going to the Saudi League and hopefully winning potentially. Well, I don't know. It's mad. But yeah, Kev, Harvey has to start in the 10. Yeah. Does it's an option.
We're kind of playing, as I said, you see, because we're actually playing with almost like an hourglass. That's the only way I can call it. That's the kind of formation that we're playing, is the only way I can describe it. So if we haven't noticed, there's no real Dominic Szoboszlai on the right. He's more central, whereas you more likely have Gravenberch and McAllister sitting further back than him. So it's more like a two. So like there's a formation there that I've set up that you could probably see for Saturday. I won't throw it up here, but it was Ali in the defence, and then you had Trent, Kanate, Verge, and Simicast. But I think Kwanzaa will start over Kanate, to be honest with you, I think on Saturday. And then you had Gravenberch and McAllister, and then you had Dom sitting in front of him. You could also have Harvey there, but Harvey just looks a bit burnt out. Like Dom did a couple of weeks ago where he looked burnt out. There's something about there. I don't know what we're going to do with those two. Those two are going to be battling for the same place, I think. And then you're going to have Salah, Jota, and Diaz up the top left, and with Gakpo coming on a bit later.
100% there. And chat, Kev, you're getting a lot of love for the air.
I know.
Just move your mic and just show that to everyone. There we go. Not too bad. So we love it. Anyway.
I've been anyone upstairs with 5-0, but it's Kenny Dalglish's face with Alex Ferguson's when they were there. He was laughing, I was like this. Yeah.
But massive thank you for everyone tuning in, chat, as well. Apologies if we haven't got through to all your comments. We all absolutely love you to bits as well, chat. You're absolute legends. Massive thank you for all the great support on my channel as well, and Kev's. Please do shout out your channel, Kev, and where obviously everyone can find you, please, mate, on all your socials. Yeah,
if you want to find me on Twitter, where a lot of people seem to be finding me recently, it's Spider_LFC on there. If you want to find me football wise, it's just Spider LFC everywhere. And if you want to find me gaming wise, just search Irish Spider Guy on most channels. Your Kick, your Twitch, and your YouTube, and you'll find me at Just Spider, and not Just Spider, but just Spider on its own. The word Spider on its own on Facebook.
Big up there, lad. Massive thank you for coming on, mate. Obviously, try and get Kev up to 1,000 TikTok followers as well. If you've got TikTok,
all of them, 1,000 and everything would do lovely, because that means that I can actually go do a lot of lives and shorts and stuff like that while I'm just walking around the house doing that.
Yeah, so. Big up there, chat. The absolute legends. If you are watching, there we go. Nice one for that, Mark. But yeah, and obviously the kit men as well. Up there, chat. Your legends. Right, everyone. We will be back live tomorrow at a similar time, 6 p.m. UK time GMT. And hopefully we get a bit more transfer news as well, a bit more on that Georgian goalkeeper as well. And just let us know your thoughts if you are watching the repeat on all today's stories. As I said, we always tend to try and start the shows with some of the post-match live comments as well. So get your thoughts on there. Try and articulate yourself a bit more in the comments, and we'll try and get to all your comments as well. But Reds, massive thank you for everyone tuning in. Drop a like on your way out as well. Kev, massive thank you as always, mate, for coming on.
No problem.
Legends. And Reds, go and smash tomorrow, whatever you're doing. And we'll see you tomorrow at 6. Cheers.